On the 16th of April 1989, an interesting article appeared in the New York Times. While inconclusive, I'd like to read it to you. A long-lost skeleton in a synagogue cellar. A dark, or in any case bizarre chapter in the otherwise venerable history of the Eldridge Street Synagogue on the Lower East Side was reopened yesterday when a long-lost skull rolled out from a coal ash pile and struck the foot of a workman. Soon, an entire skeleton was in view. After inspection by a medical examiner, the bones were taken to the 5th Precinct Station House. The official word from the police was that they could not identify the body or determine its sex. It had apparently been in the cellar more than 30 years. The unofficial word, according to Betty Sandler, administrative director of the Eldridge Street project, was that it might be a young girl in her late teens or early 20s, which would make for an unsavory story. Workers are excavating the cellar of the 102-year-old synagogue between Canal and Division Streets in the first phase of its restoration. Not the faintest rumor or oldest lore explains the skeleton, Judge Paul P.E. Buxton of Civil Court, who has worshipped at the synagogue for 3 decades, said he had absolutely no information, no inkling as to who it might be or how it came to be there. Now, think about this. How could a child's skeleton just be found in a coal pile in a Jewish synagogue's basement? If the corpse was that of a Jewish child, being that Jewish communities are usually pretty tightly knit, it seems likely that someone at the synagogue would have known who was killed. But they had absolutely no information, no inkling about whose corpse was discovered. So it stands to reason that it was not a Jew. So why would the skeleton of a Gentile be discovered in a synagogue's basement? This is a valid question, and it certainly deserves a valid response. But it seems that those who were investigating the matter simply dismissed it for reasons that only they will know. Also, why did it say that the investigators could not determine its sex for certain? This would be a relatively simple task for a medical examiner. Yet it seems that even this was not given proper attention. Now, one cannot say that with any certainty that the remains were that of a child who was ritually murdered, but it does seem like a matter that still needs proper attention by police investigators.